डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Dear students, I Dr. Shivang Patel, Associate Professor from School of Computer Science, Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University, welcome you all in the lecture series of Subject Operating System. We have started Linux operating system and in which we have started shell programming. In previous session, we have discussed decision making statements. So basically, broadly, two categories of decision making statements that we have seen. One is if condition and second one is case statement. We have also discussed different variations of if statement like simple if else if later, that is if elif, nested if, that we have already seen with practicals. Now in today's session, we are going to see the case statement, how you can execute that case statement, and then after we are continuing with different types of loops that are supported in Linux or Unix operating system. So just starts with the practical. You can see if you want to create a case statement, in last session we have discussed the syntax. So we are creating a program for the case statement. We are giving the name, say for example case demo 1. If you want to check multiple conditions, then you are having one option, you can use if elif. Multiple conditions you can check with the help of different kinds of else statement, right? Another alternative, if you don't want to use that multiple if else conditions, you can use case statement. As normally this concept is already cleared with you in different programming languages like C, C++ or Java. The same concept is here, only syntax that you have to maintain or you have to check wherever you are using this case syntax, right? So first of all, I am changing the insert mode. So you can see our mode is changed. Now this is the demo for the case statement. So I am writing here demo for case statement. This is the comment section. So compiler ignores it. Then after we are taking one example, simple example. Suppose you are entering different numbers and accordingly you have to display the weekdays, right? So for that we have to take any number from the user. So you can take any number, say for example enter any number, or you can mention enter any number from 1 to 7. Then you can read by using read command. I am storing that particular value in number variable. Now case syntax will start. So you have to write this case in small letter, that is keyword. Then after you have to check the value from the variable. So I am taking here $sign to fetch the value of number variable. Then I have to use, that is again the keyword, right? Then after multiple cases or multiple patterns that you have to listed out, and when whatever the value entered by the user, that will match with that particular patterns or particular cases, and accordingly that block of statement will be executed, right? So I am writing here 1, then after only closing parenthesis that you have to write, then you can write echo it is Sunday, say for example. Then after this statement ends with double semicolon, mind well, this is the syntax that you have to follow. Then after Monday, now suppose anyone can enter number outside this range 1 to 7, then there is one option called invalid choice. So for that you have to use asterisk or star sign. So if all previous cases that cannot be executed, in that case this asterisk will execute. In that you can write here, say for example, invalid number, then after it ends with double semicolon. As we have already discussed, that case statements ends with the reverse of that particular keyword, that is ESAC. So that is the end of this case statement. Now I am changing the mode and saving this code by using WQ. Now you can execute by using SH. Now it will ask you for the number. Say for example I am entering 1, it will display Sunday. Again I am executing, say for example 6, so it will display Friday. Again I am entering and some other number that I am entering which is not in the range, in that case it will display invalid number, right? So if you don't want to use multiple if else statement, in that case you can use this case statement. Syntax that we have already discussed. Now take one more example, so we will get some more idea. I am creating one more program, case demo 2. Now I would like to check whatever the character I am entering, whether it is small letter, whether it is capital letter, whether it is digit, whether it is special character or any wrong choice that you are selecting, right? So for that we have to create, so I am just changing the mode, insert mode, then after write enter any character. Mind well, whenever you are using case statement, you can take any integer value, you can take any character value for comparison with cases or the patterns. Now you want to read that in particular variable, so I am taking variable name, that is ch. Now the case syntax will start case, then $ch. Why dollar? Because you want to fetch the value of variable ch that you have already given whenever it will be asked for, right? Then after in, that is the part of syntax. Now here you can mention a-z, that is the range. In previous example you have seen only one number you are entering, but here I am passing the whole range by using the square bracket. So a-z that represent any character between a to z and that represent the small letter, right? Then after it ends with closing parenthesis, I am writing here, that is lowercase. These statements end with double semicolon. Now suppose I would like to check with capital letter, so I am entering capital A dash capital Z, that means it will check this range of capital letter, uppercase. Now suppose I would like to check for digit, so obviously whatever the digits that is in between 0 to 9, so you can mention this range 0 to 9, square bracket that represent the range, then after parenthesis here you can write digit, then after suppose any one character you want to check, so this you can check with the help of question mark that represent any single character, so you can write here special symbol, and then after if previous all cases that cannot be executed or your choice is wrong, so it will display the message whatever you can type here, invalid character. We are entering only character, so if you are entering string, that time also this asterisk will execute. Now end with case. Now I am saving this code. Now execute this case demo 2.sh. So enter any character, say for example I am entering T, so it is small letter, small case. Suppose I am entering capital, then it is uppercase. I am entering any symbol, say for example slash, then it is special symbol. Again I am executing. Suppose I am entering any string, then it will display invalid character. Suppose I am entering any digit, then it will display digit, right? So in the if else statement you are using multiple if else condition, but here case statement it is very easier compared to the multiple if else statement, right? Now moving with the presentations. Now these decision making statements that we have completed, now we are starting with this loop concept. So as you already aware, suppose you want to execute some of the statements multiple times, in that case you are using this loop concept. So the Linux or the Unix operating system that supports basically three types of loop, that is while loop, for loop and until loop. According to different kinds of shell, the syntax may differ. We are considering the bash shell, so you can see the syntax. If you are using while, then after the condition, that condition may appear in the square bracket. Then after loop starts with do, then after multiple statements that you want to execute if the condition satisfied, in that case it ends with the done. Same way until, do and done, and the same way for, whatever the variable you want to check, that variable you have to write, and then after in and multiple values, then do and done. So this is the basic syntax that you must have to follow, right? So we are concluding this session. In today's session we have discussed decision making statement, that is case statement. We have already discussed various types of loop with the syntaxes. In next subsequent sessions we will continue with the practical of all kind of loop with different example, different shell script. Till then, keep practicing. Happy learning. Thank you.